part of the upside down nature of the realm is that deep in the psyche of most people is that stuck universe, fixed truth, this is right and this is wrong mentality. That's in a lot of people. The ceramic model of the universe, as Alan Watts would call it, fixed truth. As far as universal law or lore is supposed to be the more correct one that's outside this realm. And permissions for sort of entities to energy grab or to try and bring you down to some lower level where more farming is occurring. The actual universal law is that whatever you feel inside of yourself, inside of your heart, as is correct, if you do that, then they do not have permission to drag you, to hook you, to enslave you, to farm you, to anything. Influence choices. That's the universal laws, what's true to your inner state. Okay? Now, the ones that are entrained to this system, they're mentally entrained to words, because the mental goes out very far. And the words are arbitrary. Whatever arrangement of words that has set the initial entrainment is arbitrary. It's a cascading mental entrainment system that relies on you staying true to this inner moral compass. And you could even call that fear. The true inner moral compass does not have fear. The one that is still entrained with these stuck concepts, that's the one that contains the possibility for fear. The true one that you have inside yourself that you simply know is correct. You know if you're hurting somebody. No words are needed, right? I wanted to add this onto the entrainment concept because when things sort of go haywire, which happens on lots of timelines, may happen on this one, I don't know. But if you do get into a doomsday scenario, or the sky is falling scenario, or aliens are invading scenario, and I mean like really, like whatever was real for you, like right now I'm really driving, there's really light here, I really have a head, all that stuff, kind of stuff. Okay? So the universal law says they can't hook you. They can throw attempts at you, but they can't actually hook unless you violate your own inner moral compass knowing. If you violate that, then that's like the first little hook. And I'm not saying that this is some just you did one little slip up and now you're frazzling off into hell or something. I'm not saying that. I mean, some of it's kind of like that. It's very powerful stuff that's going on, but it's not exactly like that. There's always leeway, even within something trying to just really go nuts. Your body's feeling screaming energy, just doing whatever, right? Even within that, you can still like dance with that energy. You can still play. You can still all of a sudden have a thought about a friend or whatever. The entrainment system likes to make you think like, oh my god, like the world is ending, everything's gonna explode, I'm gonna go into a billion pieces, it's not gonna be fun, and if I don't do anything, then I can't stop it. If I do anything, I can't stop it. If I think I can't stop it, you can't stop it anyway. And within that knowledge that you're helpless, so to speak, is your freedom. And once you know that, you're like, I can't do anything about it. Guess I'm dying. And while you're dying, you know, like, look around. Be like, bucket list item. Don't react to my own death. You know? And stuff like that. So if that scenario is happening and you can remain in your stillness, if you can remain completely still, that's ideal. But sometimes stuff gets too much for anybody, and you got to do something. Maybe you got to go run, like Og said, go take your clothes off and run naked through the woods or whatever. But the thing that will hook you is if, say, the programmed people are killing themselves, or say cannibalism is happening or something. Even your own family, if they get roped into that somehow. If you violate your own inner compass and like join them, or somehow try to take advantage of the situation, or just simply don't follow your heart, that's an invitation with the universal law that you can start receiving some of that hooking power. And it can be a cascading effect if you've let the first one happen. I'm not saying, like, again, that just one and done, but to keep these concepts handy if and when these situations should happen, it will keep you safe. Stay in stillness, stay in silence, stay in the heart space, stay in compassion space, stay in knowledge, intelligence space, all that stuff. And the thing is that it's also subjective to you, which is hard to explain, but if your own moral inner subjective that only you know compass says you really need to do that, you actually go do that. And universal law will say, no, you can't touch him, you can't touch her. He or she is doing exactly what they have to. It's that kind of thing, because this entrainment thing is so powerful that it cascades off the mental. If fear is remaining, it will cascade out the mental ricochets of the parties involved, and the smallest hint of a fear in either side will start that process happening. Therefore, if there's a very strong individual in that group of people, that one individual can know what to do, how to say, how to not say, how to do something, how to not do something, anything. How to quell that situation of entrainment which wants to happen. And when it happens, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. And I know I'm being sort of lighthearted about it right here, but it's not happening to me right here, right now. And when it does happen, it's like the most horrifying thing ever. And especially when loved ones are involved and all this other stuff. So to keep in mind that retaining your individual, subjective, personal, moral integrity in each and every situation that could ever possibly happen to you from